Hello, everyone. I'm going to spread some good news today. Live in person events will come back. You do not have to confine yourself to your corona free bubble forever. In fact, I'm so sure that live events will be making a return that I am planning a live event for next summer. As I'm planning my event, I'm thinking about how it will change if COVID-19 is still around in full force. So, I wanted to talk to you today and give you just some things to consider if you're also planning a live event in the next 6 to 8 months. So, number one, I want to talk to you about your attendees. Because of social distancing, we are probably going to need a larger meeting space to hold the same amount of people. There are tools available, like CVITs in particular, that I'm thinking about. They have a diagramming tool that helps you to figure out how many people you can actually fit in a room based on the size of your room and what setup you're going to have. It may be good to have several smaller events in the same local area or region to make sure that you get the same reach that you normally would for your target audience. Number two, contract negotiations. With contract negotiations, you should keep in mind that you have the upper hand here because hotels and other event venues alike are trying to get people to come and have events, have live person events. But with everyone really going virtual now, they're struggling to get people into their venues and pay their bills. So, with you opting to have a live event and wanting to come to their venue, they're going to be a lot more flexible with you than they may normally be. So, two things with contract negotiations that I want you to keep in mind. Number one is if you are going to have people stay in a hotel while you're doing your live event, then request for a reduced attrition rate. And attrition is the minimum number of hotel rooms that you'll have to satisfy to meet your contract requirement. So, right now, the industry standard is about 80% attrition, which means that you will have to fill 80% of the room nights that you have on contract. Now, under COVID-19, you may be able to reduce that rate down to even 10% or even zero for some hotels, depending on how desperate they are to get people in their hotel. The second thing that I want you to have in mind when you're doing your contract negotiations is that you may cancel. You may have to cancel because of, you know, unforeseen circumstances related to the pandemic. So make sure that in your contract you have a out that will let you cancel or postpone the event without too many fees or without a high fee or even a zero fee would be better. So those are two things that I would like for you to consider for your contract negotiations for your live event. The third thing that um, we should keep in mind when we're planning our live event is our food and beverage. Now, food and beverages have will definitely change. Um, has changed right now, And right now, what we're doing in the event industry is, um, that option for the buffet that I love to tell my clients to use because it's a cheaper option, is not available now because we don't want people, digging into food all open and, people coughing is just a accident waiting to happen. So we're moving to plated or pre-packaged meals for food and beverage. But again, back to your contract negotiations, even, um, you may want to ask your venue or caterer if you can have the same buffet menu as a plated or prepackaged option and for them to charge you the buffet price. That way, you won't have a that higher plated price that you have to account for in your budget. So, all you can do is ask, or you can, try to work with them to tell them, hey, my budget is for a buffet. I know that under these conditions, we probably won't be able to do a buffet, but what can we do in that same price range? And I am sure that they will be able to work with you because everyone wants the business, right? The fourth thing is, of course, safety and health. So when you're having a live event under this pandemic, the attendees will want to feel like they're still safe, like you still care about their health and their safety and their wellness. So, my suggestion is to communicate with them often and in multiple types of communication outlets what your cleaning strategy is and how you plan to help keep them safe and healthy during your event. So you want to tell them, or even tell them that you're bringing in your own cleaning crew to make sure that they clean, every day or clean in between your breakout seminars or, what have you, whatever your budget can allow, and also communicate to them what the rules of your live event will be. Do they have to wear masks? They will have to be 6 feet apart and social distance, things like that, so that when they get there, number one, they'll know what you're expecting of them as the attendees, but also they'll feel comfortable being in that environment. And also, you want to make it fun. So, you know, the coronavirus pandemic can get a little heavy at times, but they're coming to your live event because they really want to see people. Like they really want to interact with people, but they may still be a little wary about it. What you want to do is make it fun, maybe give them masks. That have different sayings on them that may be funny sayings that are good attention getters and good for getting people to come over and talk to them and say, hey, that's a funny saying on your mask. And, they can start networking and talking to each other. Maybe hand sanitizer bottles that are shaped in different forms or, something that is still connected to the health and wellness of everyone, but, kind of makes it a little bit more fun. Now, those are my suggestions for your event if you're planning your live event. Um, but one more thing while I'm thinking about it, there will be people that still will not be comfortable with coming to your event, no matter how much communication you tell them, no matter how much they know you're going to clean and attendees are going to be social distancing. There's still going to be people that are not going to be comfortable with coming to a live event. And in that case, you may still want to stream all or parts of your event so that those people don't miss out. And you're still reaching more people of your target audience. So I just want to make sure I made that point. Lastly, but definitely not least, virtual events are still going to be around even after live events come back. There's still going to be probably the option of having some type of hybrid event. So why not start with you, right? So I hope this helps you out. I will see you soon. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.